And welcome back to Adobe Live on this fine Monday morning. No, it's not morning anymore. Afternoon. I'm out of practice. I mean, you go away for 4 weeks and suddenly you forget how to do an intro. Anyway, my name is Tim. I'm from Adobe. And today I'm joined by the one and only David Cousens. Hello, how are you?
Hello, Tim. How you doing? Hey, everybody.
Oh, it's so nice to have you back. By the way, I know before the stream actually said there was a different one planned for this slot. However, poor Sophia isn't feeling that well. And instead of having her do the stream, well, not really great, I thought perhaps we ask our old friend David, and he said no, but we forced him anyway.
They had blackmail. There are photos.
All right.
Sorry. Yeah, no. I'm very happy to be here. It's very good.
And with us today, as always, is the live chat. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you are missing out because the live chat is actually on Behance. And I'm just saying all this because I'm trying to find the graphic. And there it is. Like a pro. There we go. Behance.net/Adobe Live. Or if you want to be cool, be.net/Adobe Live. And we're joined already by the wonderful people such as, let's see who's there. Someone called Sean says hello there. Viola says morning. Sean, hi. Sandrine says hello, strangers. Oh, no, strangers, apparently. Hello, strangers. Hi, Sandrine. Gareth says, hi, Sean. My internet stays up for this time. Hopefully, yes. I know you had some issues earlier. And Umacorn. And hey, Time. Today is the day of misspelling names. I hope I've spelled your name correctly, David Cousens. Yeah, looks right. Okay. All right.
You wouldn't be the first person to misspell it.
Hi, Linda. Hi, everyone. Okay. We missed you both. Oh, drop it now.
Yes. Oh. Who said that?
Sandrine said.
Sandrine, you're the new favorite.
Oh, stop it. All right. With that, I suppose for those of you who don't know, David, who you are, perhaps you can just give a quick intro, what you do, who you are, and why you have such fabulous hair.
Well, you see, I am David Cousens. I draw things primarily, and I grow stubble quite a lot. No, I've done illustration work for many years for books, for TV stuff. I'm a fairly regular guest on Adobe, so a lot of you should know me / have interacted with me in one way or another. And I've been drawing comic stuff for the last few years, but I've done specialized in comics, character design, illustration, and last-minute live streams.
Business card, posters, comics. Character designs, last-minute live streams, call me. Right, and that's exactly what we are doing today. Last-minute live streams and a bit of character design, I've heard.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, well, I was kind of, as regular watchers will know when I'm on, I normally like to plan ahead and go for a bit more of a kind of thorough foundational stuff, but however, because we're just doing things a bit on the fly today, I thought let's involve the chat. So I thought let's do something which I can do just on the fly, and so we collectively are going to design a robot. Yep, everybody can get involved. So in the chat, I've kind of figured that I would literally leave it to you. Not to draw everything. That works better if I do it.
I need a very long arm to reach your.
You would, yes, yeah. I'm actually scared now if a big long arm comes in. That's terrifying. So people in the chat, what kind of robot should we draw?
Let's prompt the chat. So let's see. David is my favorite haircut-wise. I vote for Tim. Oh, okay. I think we're both winners there. Right, so moving on. Robots, let's hop on over to Photoshop. Well, I would say, do we need also a background scene, or are we starting with the robot first?
Let's just focus on robots for now, because we'll see how it all goes.
All right, General Kenobi says an R2 unit, whatever that is. Feels like a bit of Star Wars.
You don't know what an R2 unit is?
I'm gonna Bing that.
It's a good thing I'm here, because I'm with you on that one.
It is indeed something Star Wars related. As in R2-D2, probably.
I mean, General Kenobi just suggested it, so...
I should have thought of that.
And I would say General Kenobi, hello there.
All right, we also have a waffle bot, so apparently a robot that can prepare waffles. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
Okay.
I can see something out of Evangelion, or Evangelion? How do you pronounce that?
Evangelion, I believe.
Evangelion. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Learning English with Tim. Gareth says a fire robot shaped like a cauldron. All right.
Ooh.
Linda says, how about one with squishy organic shapes instead of typical boxes? Also interesting.
Robot.
Lots of ideas. A chip helmet.
I think we've done that one.
A robo vacuum.
What was that one, sorry?
A robo vacuum.
Robo vacuum.
Right, so far we have an R2 unit, a waffle bot, Evangelion.
Oh, Wafflebot, that was the one.
Wafflebot, yeah.
Okay.
Just keeps talking.
Joe, let's try Wafflebot first, because that one I definitely would not have thought of.
An ancient waffle robot.
Okay, and now we're talking. This is fun. It's nice when we get constraints like that. Whoever said ancient Wafflebot, well done.
Centrine again. Yeah.
Good work. Right. Okay. So let me think. Okay. So first thing I always tend to do whenever I'm designing something, before I go for reference or checking anything, would just start to play around with shapes and stuff, because we don't want to just make something that looks like a waffle iron. So
you don't. Maybe I would. But you're the professional.
Maybe. Well, okay. So I'm thinking waffles are square.
Okay.
So we're going to go for something that basically looks like a box right now. Let's think. Let's say it's an ancient one, though. So we're not going to have... So mine was going too high-tech first off. So, okay, that's ancient. Let's play. I'm going to still bring in... It's got legs. Because, like for the R2 unit thing. So let's say it's got some legs, but... They're going to be slightly older legs. So we're going to go with actual feet rather than wheels.
Well, now I think we are just throwing in words. Croffles. Croissant waffles? Crossoffles? I think they're just making things up. I mean, so are weaves, to be fair, but, you know.
Oh, yeah. They're just testing it.
Easter egg delivery bot.
Oh, okay. Let's write that down.
I think that's just a catapult. If you don't care about the shape they arrive in, you know, just chuck some eggs.
Egg delivery, but okay.
Clever says, I'll take 2. Great.
Okay, so we're going to... I'm drawing in a few extra construction lines just to show kind of like how when we line stuff up, because robots typically, or any kind of machine, works best if it's symmetrical. So we're going to say that. Right, now it's an ancient one, so we're going to say it's much larger because things get more compact as technology improves. So it's not just going to be like things we have in a kitchen. Okay, and we're going to say this is vaguely our shape. Okay, so that's a simple starting point. Now we're going to go on. We're now going to go onto Google, and
other search platforms exist.
Yes, other. I'm going to search online momentarily.
Whenever I try to mess with people, I just say, "Let me just Bing that real quick." Let me just Yahoo that. Although, having said that, Bing is about to have a comeback. But that's perhaps for a different stream.
You're on your own here.
Yeah.
Not too big.
I mean, there we go. Croissant sandwiches. Apparently they exist.
Is they? Oh my goodness.
Doesn't sound that bad.
Do you know what? That's terrifying on the thought of carbs.
Well,
That's like, I don't know how long I'd be able to exercise to get rid of that.
it's not Weight Watchers certified, certainly.
Okay, so I'm looking at waffle makers, and they all seem to be. No, there are some square ones. Okay. Let's say. Sorry, I just going ASMR then. So we just doubled up on the stream. We're covering all manner of bases today. Right. Okay. So they all tend to have. Anyway, get my brush back. All right. Where's the rest of Photoshop gone?
I think you went full screen. You can tap F probably or escape to come back.
There we go. Thank you.
Yay!
I didn't realize I did that. Right. So let's go. So they've got a couple of dials on them on mostly both sides. So we'll have that design. That quite works as eyes. Okay. Okay. So it's an important thing. It's works really nicely if we can anthropomorphize, which I know the R2 units don't tend to do. So sorry, General. But stuff like Wally and countless other robots that aren't jumping to my head right now, they all have things which we can kind of recognize as faces and can relate to them.
Yes.
So these which would be just normal dials. I'll just show you. I'm just bringing in, if I can just drag an image in. Come on. I don't actually want to go visit the thing. That's actually a sales thing. No. Okay, this one.
I don't think
you know what? Forget it. No, forget it. It's fine. I was going to drag something across, but it wants to take me to a website, and I'm too scared.
No, never mind then.
Okay. So basically, a lot of them that I'm looking at conveniently off screen, they tend to have these dials, and then there's a handle. It tends to be. I'm just looking for common design elements now, which I don't have a waffle maker. As you may have guessed by my carb comment just then, it's not.
I mean, I wonder what low carb waffles would be made out of. Just a stick of butter.
This probably just wouldn't taste as good. They'd be the same, just slightly less.
Now they're talking about the cheese sauce recipe from Sandrine's grandma.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Apparently, there's a whole recipe going on in there. That's for next week's Adobe Live cooking show, where we will be making your recipes in Photoshop and the new Adobe Chef app, where you can just use the spoon tool to. Okay.
I'm going to look for. Let's look.
Thank you, Clever. No carb waffles recipe. Just bacon.
Yeah.
Just substitute the entire meal for a different one and call it no carb. Brilliant.
Do you know, genuinely, because I'm in the house by myself tonight, that may be my dinner. I may just have bacon.
Oh, here's a good one. Yes, back to the theme at hand. How about, Linda says, how about a big mouth that opens and closes?
Oh, okay, yeah, let's work with that.
I mean, the two eyes could be at the top, and then you could have it open like a mouth, perhaps.
Let's bring this one down. And then Control J, Control T, there we go. Because whenever I do an iteration on anything, I always like to make sure I've still got the original one if I want to go back to it. But that is, let's use a better eraser than that one, because that's not going to do it. There we go. Yeah, let's move the eyes up so it's like a map. That's quite a cute idea, Linda. That's good stuff.
Biola says, we used to make bacon and cheese waffles at my cafe. It was a big seller. Bacon and cheese waffles. I mean,
I'm not
can
surprised.
Go savory, apparently. Okay.
That sounds quite cool. But these streams are always so unpredictable.
Honestly, just 15 minutes ago, if you asked me, what's going to be the topic of conversation of the stream? I wouldn't have said bacon waffles, you know.
No, I wouldn't have predicted I'd be talking about waffles at all, let alone like, drawing a waffle maker. This is the fun though.
I mean, I'm not complaining,
Adobe Live.
you know.
No, this is good stuff. There we go. No, I'm just giving this because we're going with it as a mouth. I'm going to have it so it looks like it's friendly, but not that it's not friendly. The but here is I didn't want to do it covered over like a traditional kind of droid mouth, because if we're going with an ancient one, they weren't particularly big at covering things up. So like any kind of grill would be very much exposed in ancient stuff. So we're going to be able to see the waffle here, and I will draw more tidily in a bit, but it's just right now we're at the sketching stage. We're gonna go, and he's looking a bit crazy the way of drawing there. It's changed his life slightly. He's looking manic. It's kind of the thing that you wouldn't want to get your waffles back.
Pro tip: if you want to draw crazy eyes, just draw two pupils pointing in random directions. Always works.
Yes, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, somebody's just been knocked silly. That's the old Simpsons thing. Yeah, they had a rule in the style guide of the Simpsons. There we go. That's my first thing. My first diversion of the day. They had to always be facing the same direction. In the Simpsons. Let's draw Bart.
Yeah, there was actually this handbook. What I think it was leaked, or did they sell it? I don't know. And it always had like the Simpsons always had to be slightly wall-eyed, apparently. Always looking slightly past.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yes. Yeah. That was because that's because it helps the eye lines. But yeah, you could never do the eyes looking in like directions like that unless something had gone wrong, like they were kind of like they were drunk, or I mean Bart shouldn't be drunk, but yeah. Anyway, there we go. That's first complete digression.
And just a question about the color. Is there any reason why you're working with blue instead of a different color, or it's just you're used to that?
Do you know what? Actually, this is that's a very pertinent question, because traditionally I draw with red, but because it's Adobe Live and I know Tony doesn't like drawing with red, I've automatically just subconsciously gone for blue. So this is for Tony. So Tony, if you're watching, you're welcome.
Blue, but no, famously Adobe's color. Yeah.
But yeah, typically I would draw I would draw something in. Let's get rid of this. This is a square. This is too modern. This is too modern. Let's go for like a kind of curved oven top thing. Let's go. So it's kind of like a Now with all robots, and I feel weird using an urn to describe this, but one thing to consider is the heat source. Well, sorry, the power source. So, like, say you could have I don't know, it could be kind of like wood based, it could be steam based. You could have like a car's engine, or even like some kind of fusion futuristic power cell thing. Everything needs to expel heat.
Right.
And so this is one of those kind of internal logic things that robots should follow. They don't always follow, but they really should if you're thinking about your designs carefully. You need somewhere to get rid of heat, and so unless it's a humanoid one, because somebody did suggest a kind of humanoid-looking robot, in which case it's gonna be more like we do as humans. We have pores, and so heat's going to come out there. Vents or something along those lines should always be nearby to the various places which are going to generate heat, so the things just don't cook themselves. And that's also good advice to not cover your laptop, because I did once lose one. I didn't have it on the laptop stand, and it melted. It literally melted the motherboard. I was using it for 7 hours straight, and I was working on some quite big files.
I mean, at least you could have used that one to make some waffles, you know. Some laptop-shaped waffles.
It started to smell pretty bad after a while.
Dear client, I didn't finish your project, but here are some slightly burned plasticky waffles. There you go. And here's my voice.
Also, please don't eat them. I'm worried.
You might just want to run that through some water for an hour or 10.
Okay,
All right.
and yes, okay, so I'm adding kind of like I'm thinking like ancient kind of urns and cooking pots and stuff. You would have had handles to lift everything because no stuff wouldn't really be automated even if it's a robot. So we're kind of playing a bit fast and loose with logic. Let's say.
And Sandrine says, I can see it's powered by fire since it's ancient. Or is it?
Yeah. No, I was thinking fire actually. That was it was kind of. I was thinking about like an old kiln. Actually, that's not a bad thing to Google quickly. It's sort of like a kiln.
A little fire underneath in place of pants, nose, and ear vents. Okay.
They're fighting with
Linda, it feels like you're on a mission. Do you already have a robot like this and you're just describing it?
Yes. This has become like one of those police sketches.
Did he have vents instead of ears? Were the pants on fire? I mean, that's brilliant. I'm not sure if we can bring that in, but Clever says a maple syrup / butter coolant system.
Oh my god.
I mean, obviously. It would be a nightmare to clean, but I'm not sure if we can.
Sure. I'm not going to, because I don't know how interesting it's going to be. Me just stood here for 10 minutes, just like stopping and trying to work that one out.
Just drawing opaque pipes.
That is a genuinely good idea. It's just I don't have a solution off the top of my head.
You're like, write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, this is mine. not putting this publicly.
And all of us just sharing general good advice. Take care when locating exhaust ports.
Yes, was that from the general again?
No, that's Oliver.
Oh, for Oliver.
I feel like there's an underlying meaning or story behind that.
It's Star Wars, I'm going to say. Exhaust ports.
A bellow for hands. I mean, what kind of waffles are you making?
Bellows. Okay, so we've got heat under here. Let's say, I don't know, let's just have some wood or something.
Yeah, wood cone. That's what Linda says.
Wood cone, okay, and let's go. This is so random. This is
wow. I mean, this is perfectly reasonable. What did you do today? Well, I've designed a waffle making robot with a butter / maple syrup cooling system, and in Photoshop, and I drew it in blue.
Just in case Tony tunes in.
That's right. I wonder if Tony's already back from his holiday. Not sure.
Oh, I don't know actually. He was having a nice time. He sent me some photos. It looked very nice.
Yeah, and he missed off again the conference.
Yes. Right. Okay. Let's start drawing that a bit more, so people aren't just looking at my scribbles. Drop the opacity down a touch.
Oh, Tony was in the chat. There you go.
Oh, cool. Well, bad we didn't say anything to him.
Well, during lunchtime, not now.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's go classic cartoonist. This is from Adobe Plug. This is from the Kyle Webster brushes. Which that's actually, I think that one comes kind of pre-packaged with Photoshop now, in Photoshop 2022 at least.
Yeah, there's a selection of brushes which do come pre-installed. Oh, there you go. That will help. Which come pre-installed with Photoshop without you even downloading anything. But of course, the main collection with all the brushes is still available for download. For free,
I
have Photoshop.
And I recommend those as well, because there's some very, very good versatile things.
And they're constantly being updated by Carl. We have the winter brushes, summer brushes for each year.
Yes. Yeah, those are very good. This is cartoony than I normally work, but I quite like this. Let's get diving into this urn shape. So we're going for much more circular kind of shape language on this one now. We're going to say that's. So it looks like it works, but let's kind of make it so it's.
Ooh, that's a good point. Sandrine is already bringing in names to the table.
Oh yes, yeah.
So I feel like we need some names at some point.
Yes.
Because she says waffle-o-matic.
Cool.
Although I do like Wafflebot. It's just
there's something nice and simple about Wafflebot, so yeah. That's good. Okay, so we're going for I've gone for like more kind of design wise, and this is one of the things which I kind of urge people to think about when they're doing character design stuff. It's why I love the suggestion of it being ancient. You have to think about styles and the way things are done at the time. So we have mass-produced things now, and so they look more simplistic. I mean, you look at any kind of anything from Apple or any of the Alexa stuff, it's all pretty, minimalist and very functional. Whereas stuff back in the past, the craftspeople, because they were making one at a time and they were expressing themselves artistically, things used to be much more ornate. And so that's why I'm adding. This thing's going to be kind of a mix. I was kind of influenced by ferns, and it's going to be. I'm going to say this is cast iron, so we can have nice ornate legs. So it still feels a bit robot-like. It can still be a kiln, but yeah, we'll say it's cast iron, so you can have things be a bit more ornate.
Waffle-y. Good one, Oliver. The Waffle Ninja.
Oh, no, maybe.
Waffy. No, that's too short.
This is slightly. I'm picking stuff just from the top of my head now. So I think I'm basing this on something. And I think it's an ornate cast iron thing, but there's a lot of intuition tends to come in drawing, and I like to when I'm designing something, I like to as much as possible just off the top of my head, and then if it gets to a point when the client wants to start developing it, then start to go deeper into proper research. And I don't know, I never like going straight in for the research at the start of things, just because I think you get too constrained and your imagination's not going crazy enough. And then this is our support for our wood, so like our grill. And we're going to go.
Just a small time update. We are at 30 minutes, so half time.
Oh wow! Okay. Cool. Okay, so
Waffletron 5000. That feels very futuristic, though. Remember, ancient, ye old Waffletron.
Yep. Oh, and I'm using a quick Photoshop tip. I think I've shared this one before, but I love this one. Pressing the tilde key, and it switches your brush to clear, so you don't have to worry about switching to an eraser or anything. So I'm drawing with the exact same thing. Let's say that's some wood. Okay, let's just. I'm conscious of not spending too long just drawing this, because I would just go off on one. So let's bring it around there. It's a nice ornate thing.
I do like the small elements you have drawn it at the end. Just a bit of curvature. Just squiggles.
Yeah, like I said, they used to, they being the crafts people, that was often like their signature thing they would do, just to add their own flares and flourishes. Much like I guess we all tend to now when we're making things. And so it was, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this. This is going to be This is a handle to take the lid off. So this would be how we get rid of heat if it starts to smoke too much. The kind of I'm applying a logic which kind of makes sense in my head.
Yeah. I do like how practical you are about this. Just obviously we need some way to get rid of the heat. So it's
with this is the thing, is that the more you can bring these like odd sensibilities to the design, the more likely you're going to come up with something that feels real, even if it's not. But as real as this is going to.
Griffin paws. There you go. The elements at the bottom.
Yes. And so this kind of gorilla thing.
Bathtub. Yeah. And Linda says, I'm slightly embarrassed to admit that my suggestions came from my own brain.
That's good. That's good. I kind of love crazy suggestions. Not them saying you're crazy, Linda. That's not.
Aren't we all?
I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified to say.
Well, I feel like a bit of crazy is not a bad thing. I mean, we are here watching someone draw a waffle bot in the middle of the day and talking about bacon waffles. It's not really something.
Okay, so that's. I haven't really added much in the way of fire, so.
And smoke.
Smoke. Yeah, good point. Actually.
Perhaps you have some tips about drawing fire and smoke.
Fire and smoke.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
No. It's like a
do it now. Come on.
A fire. Everybody draws fire slightly differently. Typically, you end up having your own shorthand, but I kind of like. I don't overly think it, and I make these kind of. There's lots of. If you've ever stared at a fire for a length of time, which that actually doesn't sound as weird as you first think, because they can be quite mesmerizing. I'm not saying everybody's fire starters, but you can. They have these kind of like little things which just flick up and they kind of disappear, and it's almost like fire always makes me think like it's dancing, so it doesn't have to be too accurate. You don't have to overthink it. I mean, you can. It's like you can do like a very controlled fire, which I think something from Super Mario possibly. And you can do lots of work, but it's always. I tend to find one of the key things to drawing fire would be to not make it symmetrical. So you're not. As long as it looks kind of like uncontrollable and like bits of it just will flick up. And they can separate from each other, so that can look quite cool. I enjoy drawing fire. Actually, it's quite good fun just because it is so random. But you can make it as like detailed and ornated, so you could really go in, or you could have it as just like kind of like fairly large shapes, and it all still reads. Smoke. This is an interesting one. You can go all over the place with this.
It looks like Waffle is now a pyromaniac and just setting a fire in the background.
He's set fire to everything.
I shall make waffles, and I shall not stop at the wooden floor. Wooden floor can be a waffle. Hi, Emma. She says, Lolo, big shout out to David for jumping in on this. I streamed so last minute. That's right. You couldn't even tell this was last minute.
Yeah, you couldn't tell.
We have this. We have been preparing this for the past 4 weeks.
Yes, you can't just come up with waffle iron. That takes
carefully crafted,
skill and experience,
meticulously prepared,
and
brilliantly executed. All right, okay.
Sorry, no, it's fine. Okay, so smoke. We have lots of ways of doing it. You have your tip. What's going on here? Deselect. Your typical cartoon smoke, you'll often see people just do something along those lines. I tend to like to do slightly more. Again, it's kind of random, but I like to do smoke in like a layered approach because it tends to bunch. As it undulates through the sky, you've got to think of it as like a physical thing that's moving, and so you can come up with like an overall shape of like how it's billowing out. It always starts smaller at the bottom and then just spreads because it eventually obviously dissipates. And so you can show that by having some small things. But yeah, so we keep it random, but then I like to bunch up the areas. So you get lots of bit of detail. So you can feel the movement of it. So you can say this bit's kind of ebbing out, and then this bit's. I was trying to think of something other than the word bulging. It's kind of it's moving. It's amassing and kind of moving out that way. So that's how we're doing it. Let's use some of our Kyle brushes. Let's see what we've got. What have we got? This is in the mega pack. Let's go FX. This would be. Oh, let's try a currency brush. No, that's a fingerprint. They look completely different on the preview.
There are some cloud brushes in the. Oh, I'm not sure if that's in the mega pack though. I think that's one of the concept brushes. That's a special pack.
Oh, concept. Yeah, that's a good point. I think I've got those installed. Classic.
But it's not in the mega pack. It's a separate one.
Concept. There we go. That is still one of his brush sets though.
Yeah. There we go. Clouds.
There
Cotton.
we go. So clouds.
But that's also that's quite rendered already. That's not really.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, because clouds act differently. I will show that in a second.
I'm not sure if there's smoke specifically in there.
Smoke. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Smoke billow big. There we go. That's a good start.
Brilliant.
So that's an easy way to do smoke. To just.
I think that waffle is burnt by now.
This is why the smoke's so black.
It's a very high carb waffle now. It's just pure carbon.
Oh, this is nice. This one.
Oh, neat.
That's very, very nice. So let's hide some of this smoke, and then I'm going to make a new layer. Control X. Or do you know what's funny? I've got a Mac, and I just said Control X out loud. I've had used a Mac for like 12 years. I'm still, when I'm saying it out loud, it's Control. Yeah. So new layer. Back to the brush. Yeah, this is nice. This is the smoke builder. I think it was called.
Ooh,
no, smoke fluid from Carl's concept. And so with this kind of thing, that's what I was going to say about the custom brushes. Because even if you went the same kind of route, which I normally do, and draw stuff, that looks nice. And there's kind of as far as like the line work detail, that feels nice because this. Do you know what? Let's say that's his smoke, because I like the way that's going to look. Because it has a different line quality. So, yeah, I don't want that connecting. There we go.
And of course, if you don't like this smoke brush, you can certainly pick one of the few
others.
Yeah,
see, there are several others. But yeah, the key things to remember is that they start small and defined. And they always start small and defined at source. And then as they get bigger, they get looser. And then eventually you can just illustrate it with a few puffs. Just going out into the distance. And so that's kind of a very, very basic thing on smoke. Also, if you were to paint them, let's go a different one. Let's go smoke detail. Let's see what that is. Okay, that's good. So shading them, you tend to. I've drawn a cloud there. That's too much like a cloud. Okay, differences between clouds and smoke is that clouds are typically flat at the base. And then they kind of build upwards, and you don't want those looking too uniform. And you can tend to go with if you go with like a big, medium, small as a design principle. So to have a good looking cloud, you just say, okay, so a large bit and then smaller bit, and then let's go medium bit, and then that's a cloud. Get rid of that. Let's get something slightly nicer to draw with to make my point I was going to make. like wispy.
Mhm.
No, that's. Oh wow, that's
Well,
cool.
that's.
Okay, but
I
that's
don't
great
think
in
it's
itself.
wispy. It feels
No,
like
that's
full on.
full on, but that's that's like a
Oh.
moody smoke. That's very nice. Join me as we talk about cloud brushes. Let's get rid of those.
I do feel like though there should be a bell hidden somewhere that goes ding when the waffles are done.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a point. Let's say.
Not sure if you could see that one. Just in my head. Just...
Let's do it. Let's add that in. Let's go. Let's change your brush slightly. Just. Oh. Okay. I'm on the one there. Okay. Cool. So let's say if there's going to be a bell for when it's done, we're going to cheat it slightly and not have how it's connected. We're going to have it so if a little bell is literally hanging.
And if you listen very carefully, you can actually hear the bell. There you go.
Were you all just using your imagination really well just then?
Yeah.
That was excellent.
Thank you.
Let's go. Let's say this is actually digging. So we're adding a bit of story to this now as well, which I quite like. Okay.
Oh, three times.
No, three. It should be going because this is getting heavy. I haven't even put the waffle in here. Okay, so we'll finish up with this one in a second. But we're going to say that this is really, this is on fire. This thing. Let's give it some shadow because it doesn't have any shadow whatsoever.
It says, where are my waffles? Well, in the bot, you haven't taken them out yet.
Yeah, that's the problem. So this guy's on fire now.
This bot is on fire. Literally, it's burning.
Okay, and because it's burning, let's add an extra character of some eyebrows. Just be like, oh no, it's burning. he's apologetic about this. It's burning. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the colouring, shading, smoke, and stuff. Generally, yes, I had in the back of my head somewhere. So let's say you've got your smoke, and let's go up. So with smoke, although it's kind of wispy, you can have like multiple parts of it going around. Let's clear that bit. You want to have, or it helps to have, let's just knock this down to 50% opacity. Again, even if it's 2D, you kind of think about it in 3D terms. So let's say this is a circle, so we're going to say there's a bit of shadow there. This bit of smoke is completely covering this bottom bit underneath. And then you can kind of play with the forms as well and like suggest it's moving around in itself, even within the main body of the smoke. But cool. Anyway,
it's a very different style, but I do like it a lot.
Let's kill that.
Compared to the other smoke, of course, I mean. Thick lines.
Yes. That layer, that's slightly on. You can go to. Okay, so B thing and yeah, cool. Okay, so that's kind of where we're going. So we've got our crazy waffly that's an ancient kind of oven thing. And that is completely not at all as expecting to be drawing, but that shows how much fun like design stuff can be. So let's go with a different one. What have we got? Fire. I don't want to do fire because we just did fire. All right, let's go robo vacuum.
Oh, a different robot. If you could have said something.
Oh yeah.
A steam whistle. Oh, that's also a good idea for the waffly instead of a bell. Just
yeah, that would be good. Yes.
Too late.
Okay, there we go.
Oh well.
Too late. It is done.
We'll leave this as an exercise to the viewer.
Yes, you can all make up your own crazy robots and share them on the Discord, and I imagine they will all be quite different, which is part of the fun. Let's go robo vacuum. Okay, so first up in my head, let's go for another constraint. Can the chat come up with another constraint about what's different about this kind of vacuum? Like we've had ancient.
All right,
thing, so,
chat.
okay.
We're looking for a robot vacuum and a constraint. So probably not ancient because we've done this already. Perhaps. Evil.
Ooh.
Or
okay.
I mean, all robot vacuums, along with printers, are evil. But you know.
Yeah, I've got bad memories of a printer once.
Chat if you have
almost. It's one of the few times that I've really lost my temper with something in my life. I was not a fan. Okay, so evil instantly changes the shapes that we're going to use. Because I was kind of sketching out something soft. I think I was going kind of retro, like one of the old kind of hand push ones like those, rather than thinking like something like a run, like super old.
Gareth says wall and ceiling crawling, a horror vacuum.
Oh wow!
I mean, I would be happy to swap mine out for that one, for that night nephew.
Wall and ceiling. Okay, let's do this. That's
a Roomba with legs.
Actually, that suddenly makes it terrifying. That Roomba seemed quite cute, but yeah, no, suddenly we're.
You just hear throughout the night. You have just the wheels. You just hear.
Oh man, that'd be something else. Okay. Okay, so this is we're taking it to something more futuristic.
Okay.
Or more current, I guess. Okay. Futuristic. So let's go.
Needs legs so it can cope with stairs. Oh dear.
Okay, so to find the center of a square, so we can draw a circle in 3D, make an X, and then you go through it.
So you can vacuum your walls.
And then, and this is the easy way to draw a circle in perspective. I mean, I'm completely eyeballing this, but it's
could be a wind turbine element. Could be in there. Linda says. Okay, and Gareth has been known to throw a printer on the concrete.
Yeah, I would not judge you on that one, Gareth. That was absolutely understandable. Right, now, so let's say if it's evil, we're going to have... It's going to have sharper design elements, so it's going to look less friendly. Because right now we've got Roombas look quite nice. They're kind of soft and circular, which is like a nice non-threatening. So no, we're going to have this. This is going to be. We're going to play at the creepiness. So I think, yeah, we're going to hit spider kind of things here.
Don't worry about anybody over the world, but first I'll clean your flat.
I just need to clean it first.
Just need to clean it before I can destroy it.
So this place is a mess. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, because I love the idea of this thing being evil and also being. So let's get really evil eyes to start with. So we're going to go triangular, which is the most evil of eye shapes. Okay, and then let's say, because we're going to go spider-like, let's have a couple of things which make you think of the mandibles. And then let's kind of work backwards on this, and let's put some spider legs in first, some particularly nasty ones. And then we'll kind of work out how their design should look to make it look more robotic, robot-like.
Of course, chat, if you're not too busy with coming up with more ideas, names are also welcome.
Oh yeah, against the name this thing. I mean, because we need to know what we're running from.
I mean, the obvious one would be Mr. Robot, but I feel like perhaps not. Optimus Grime.
That's a name for a good guy, and you know it. Optimus.
Meryl Sweep.
Meryl Sweep. Okay. Now this, I don't know what function this would have on some kind of Roomba thing, but we're going to have the back part of the spider, which the word, because I'm live streaming, is escaping me. That's a technical term for it.
Oh God, what's that? Ha! Oh! Okay.
No.
I hope that's the dust catching unit.
Yes, we'll say that's what that is. There we go. And so let's have.
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, it will get you though. It's fine. You don't have to. It's going to come to you when you're asleep. Sorry, that's terrifying. I didn't mean to be that sinister. That just came out. I was getting into what's happening here.
Just whispering in your ears. You smell different when you're awake.
I thought the courts told you not to say that again.
I think we cannot have this stream up as a replay anymore.
All kind of things have been violated.
Emma, are you still watching? No? Good.
Okay. Emma's now really regretting having me back here.
See, I think we're both on a do not invite list now.
Yeah. This has gone terribly, terribly wrong. Okay, so let's. I've got to a point where this is looking kind of suitably evil.
I would agree.
And kind of spider-like. So let's look at bringing some more technical stuff back into it.
Oh, Sandrine is here with another banger. Room bad. Room bad. Get it. Sang. Bam. One person paying attention. Very good. Oh, that's what that one is even better. Sandrine. The nom 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 nom.
That's quite good actually, because something that's scary with that name. This is never.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I'm not going to start workshopping names. I can't do that and think at the same time.
That's why we have the chat.
Yeah. That's what chat's for. Okay, so this is going to be like a dust compartment. So if you're brave enough, when it gets full, you can then reach and open it up. So that attaches by something like that, because there's going to be some kind of dust extraction Roomba things when they park into their base station. So we're just adding some kind of details, a quick and easy design cheat when you're making something that's spherical and it's kind of futuristic. Just add like a circle around it. It doesn't even need to do anything. It just looks more like we've constructed it and put it together from multiple panels. It's it adds to it's kind of like fake verisimilitude, if that makes sense. It makes it feel more kind of plausible, even if it's not really.
We have about 5 minutes-ish left. We can add a bit more if we need. It's all right. Even just to find some names, such as Ghost Dusters, Count Vacula.
I like Count Vacula. That feels a bit threatening. That's quite good. Crap, okay. I was going to Google something just now to think. What were they going to... Doesn't matter. Let's give it some wheels underneath so it can scoot along.
The Sweeping Beauty.
Sweeping Beauty. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so Let's see how rapidly I can sketch this up, because these aren't horrible legs. These are just nice, very precision tools to pick things up off of your floor and to hover above you at night. Let's say it has a retractable cord as well to do so. Right, okay, so let's scribble this up quickly so we've got something to see. New layer. There's D for black. Back to my brush. Let's go Ultimate Ink Glue thick and thin. Let's do that one.
I applaud your artistic craftsmanship and imagination, but I also hate you for that. That cord at the end really doesn't have to be there. I mean, honestly, it's just doesn't make things better. Unless you have...
I was literally, the thought process behind that was a mixture of it could be a power cord, but I also thought basically, yeah, I do want to creep everybody out and just imagine this thing just hovering above you.
I mean, if you have outlets on the ceiling, you can just plug that in there and just hover.
Well, this is going to be like the weirdest stream, I think, possibly today. Just imagine, like, if you'd set this time aside to see like the photography tips, and you come in to see a nightmare robot spider and an ancient awful
I didn't
boss.
sign up for this. But also, I can imagine this would have never gone through any content planning if you just came up to this like, "Hey, Adobe Live
No,
team,
this is
here's
true.
my idea."
Yeah. Here's what I want to draw today. Okay, so it's got sinister eyes, and I'm trying to do this fairly quickly, so we won't go too precise or anything, but we'll get the gist of it. It's lovely, not at all threatening mandibles.
For picking up larger objects, obviously.
Yep, just for...
Like kids.
But all of this is entirely practical, and anything scary is just in your head. Right, so I got the wheels. And then, okay, so we're going to say that the legs need to be on hinges, because they need to move up and down in a very sinister fashion. I mean, you know, in a very kind of practical fashion, to pick things up.
To make sure it can navigate the mess you left behind for it to clean, you need some very apparently pointy legs.
Well, these are like, you know, it's like we use tweezers. It needs to be exact. This thing is efficient, and this will clean your house no matter what.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. This thing will be thorough, and it will not stop until it is completely cleaned your house.
And yourself.
Whatever that entails.
Even from the inside. Squeaky clean.
So yeah, this is some kind of docking station part. So we're just not entirely just drawing a spider.
The Dust Terminator. There you go. Thank you, Fabio.
This is getting more and more sketchy as I go, but there we go. It's just a matter of time. Again, with robots, to help show their robots, even if they're advanced ones, he tends to want to show things like the hinges and how they work, because we've become kind of accustomed to seeing that. And so our brain kind of reads that it's like, oh, well, we don't have hinges, and so that's clearly something mechanical or something produced. That's going to be just black as silhouette, because we know what these legs look like.
Robo-mop. Ooh, I do like that.
I was trying to think it's like something arachnid based, but yes, you know what I should have done? I won't redraw it now, but I should have made the legs look crossover a bit more, but that's fine. Shadow there. And we'll have, hang on, there's one more thing I've got to do.
Cue the countdown music.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
One more thing, hang on, this will be worth it.
All good, all good. I don't like the sound of that This will be worth it. It's just a drawing of me sitting below, like, oh.
I spoiled it. I was legitimately just going to scribble you looking up.
Oh, hang on. You will need some reference.
Oh, no, what am I doing? That's not. There we go.
Well, I have a better idea. Hang on. You keep drawing, but give me a second. Oh, hang on. Take a screenshot. Too late.
No. Oh, I didn't see it. And then
Right.
let's quickly give you a beard. And then...
Ooh, no. Close. There you go.
There.
I get paid to do this.
There we go. There's a very, very simplistic cartoony version of you.
I mean, that's exactly like me. I would even say more handsome than I am, if that's even possible.
Not slightly possible.
Thanks. I'll send you the 50 quid later.
Do people in the chat know how tall you are?
I would share a photo, but that one looks weird.
We the last time we went out, I'd never realised until I met Tim just how much of a giant he is, and we look like something from Lord of the Rings. Because I'm only 5'9". I'm not particularly tall. But I stood next to Tim, and he was sat down, and we were still almost the same height. It was insane. There you go. That's good. Because all good art has to have it spelled out.
Banana for scale. There you go. Oh, that was so much fun. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone, of course, and also for David for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully that was fun.
This was brilliant.
Oh, man.
I thoroughly enjoyed that, even though I probably will have nightmares from the... Oh, did we just decide on a name, by the way?
Oh, no. Quick, what was the best one?
We had Meryl Sweep, the Dust Terminator.
Sure. I do quite like Meryl Sweep.
Count Vacula.
Oh, Count Vacula. There we go.
And Venom Nom Nom.
Ah, which one? Let's go, because it's a spider. Let's go with Venom Nom Nom, because that also feels a bit like it's predicting something. Let's go behind. There we go. Just to really make sure we can pick things up.
And thank you, Sandrine, for that fine suggestion of a name. You will receive one in the mail very shortly. Don't worry. You don't have to unpack it. It will do itself. It's just...
Yes. Oh, yeah. It will find you. Don't worry. So sinister. I'm so sorry.
Sleep tight, everyone, today. Have a good night. And for those of you joining us,
sweet dreams, everybody.
Sweet dreams. Right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a blast having you, and of course the chat for participating, giving us all the great names. I really enjoyed this. We shall be back tomorrow with crash courses, 3 of them actually later this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the crash courses will be hosted by Joe. It will be all about InDesign, and we also have another I can't even speak. We will have 3 illustrators joining us, and they will each design work on a joined theme, but each in their own style. So we will have 3 artists on 3 days, all on the same topic, which will be urban nights. So do join us for that one. I hope you enjoyed this.
That was genuine.
Huh?
I just went, ooh, and I suddenly thought that sounded insincere, but it's actually genuine. I was like, that's a good thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I shall watch this. This sounds very interesting. Thank you. No, okay. So yes, do tune in tomorrow, same time as always. Until then, thank you, David. Do you have anything you want to say before we can never invite you again?
Thank you for my final appearance on Adobe Live, and sleep well, everybody.
Oh, that was fun. All right. Well, then, see you tomorrow, everybody. Until then, have a wonderful day.
See you later. Bye-bye.
And a lovely week. Bye.